Good morning. I hope everyone here and at home are having a great start to the weekend. Oh, sorry. Better? Yeah. Been told to welcome if any students are here. We're welcoming students today also. My name's Eddie Chen. I'm president of the congregation, and it's my honor to welcome you here on behalf of the board and the program council. You're welcome here, whoever you are, wherever you're from, and wherever you are on your journey. For those of you who'd like to find out a little bit more about TVUUC, you'll find a white visitor information card in the back seat pocket of your chair or a pew in front of you. Please go ahead and fill it out and place it in the collection plate when it goes by, and someone will be in touch with you. And for those at home, you can go to our website at tvuuc.org and go on the menu and select, can you select? Stay in touch, and you could fill out the virtual visitor card, and someone will be in touch with you also. As we move forward together, please remember that we are each other's keepers. If you or your family are interested in programs for children, youth, and adults, please visit our religious exploration table located in the lobby. I think Miriam's out there, and she can answer any question that you may have. And also, the church website also has updated information about any program and current events, as well as resources for families. And as far as announcements go, we've got several of them here. First, we have Catherine.
Good morning. I'm Catherine Farmer-Loya. I'm the Director of Religious Education here at TVUUC. And we have, as Eddie mentioned, our Religious Exploration Program. We offer programs for all ages, but our Children and Youth program, our program year kind of mirrors the academic year, and so we are ramping up for the launch of our year in a couple of weeks. And all of our programs are possible because members of the church volunteer their time to be with our young people in our RE spaces. And so I just wanted to take a brief moment to say, if you are wondering about ways to get connected with the church community and get to know more folks, I might have a particular perspective that that is not surprising, but I think there might not be a more joyful or meaningful or impactful way to do that than to spend some time with our young people. And we are looking for volunteers for this year. There are toe-dipping ways, there are occasional volunteer spots, and there are regular ways to be involved. And in particular right now, we are still looking for a few folks who would like to hang out with our preschoolers 1 to 2 Sundays a month, or our Story and Spirit space for elementary and up. And both of those programs are based around sharing stories and then doing activities together to explore the theme of the day. And we provide all the supplies and all the plans and training and a team of people to work with. So if you might be interested in finding out how to connect with our religious exploration programs, there is an interest sign up at the RE welcome table in the hallway, or you can find me or our RE Assistant Director of Religious Education, Miriam Davis, to ask about ways to get connected. I also wanted to say really quickly, do we have anyone in the room today or watching who is a teacher or a student right now? We have some. We have some more. A lot of our young people are in our RE spaces, are waiting to go to our program today. Next Sunday, as part of our Sunday service, which is going to be a multi-gen service, we are going to do a blessing of the backpacks and work bags and homeschool supplies. And so if you are an educator or a student, whether you are in preschool or grad school, homeschool or traditional school, we invite you to come, bring your bag with you, and we're going to do a blessing next Sunday and give you a little gift to celebrate the start of a new school year. And so we wanted to make sure you know so you can be ready and bring them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. Elnora, you're next.
Good morning. My name is Elnora Williams. The Let's Connect First Sunday Lunch will be held today right after our worship service. Well, if it's not pouring down raining, you may be able to eat on the patio, but if not, the Greg McKendry Fellowship Hall will be there for you to sit down and really enjoy yourselves. The lunch is being sponsored by the Worship Committee. I serve on that committee in the Religious Service Cluster. The Spiritual Care Team and the Sound System members are sponsoring the lunch for today. Please consider joining one of these groups today. We would love to have you to affiliate with one of these groups. Everyone is appreciated for participating in the lunch today, bringing food for the lunch, and we also appreciate you bringing school supplies for our children as well as for Lonsdale Elementary. Thank you.
Thank you, Elnora. And lastly, we have a stranger that we hadn't seen in a little while. Chris, your turn.
It's good to be back, everybody. I'm going to be working with the kids this morning, which is why I'm dressed the way I am. But it's my pleasure this morning to recognize our Volunteer of the Month, Lynn Hickson. Where are you, Lynn? Come on up. You may have seen Lynn sitting at the greeting table as you came in, one of his many responsibilities that he takes on. Any other list would include serving on the board, working with the program council, the welcoming congregation committee, ushers, many other ways where he pitches in where he's needed. Coffee hour, yeah, very important. That's right. More significant than what you do is how you do it. In everything you do, you bring a spirit of love and kindness and gentleness and respect for everyone you meet. So we're not only grateful for all you do, we're grateful this morning for who you are. So.
Thank you, everyone. This means a lot. I love being able to give my time back to this church. It's given me so much, so I love you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations to Lynn. Please join us after the service for the luncheon and coffee and conversation in the fellowship hall and on the patio if it doesn't rain. For those of you online, you're welcome to join our Zoom coffee hour, and if you so feel like it, you could probably get in your car and get here in time to enjoy food and fellowship with us. Now please silence your electronic devices as we enter into worship.
This meditation or introit has a text by the Chilean poet Gabriela Mistral, and a summary of the text is, hearing the oceans rocking, I rock my child. Hearing the wind rock the wheat, I rock my child. God's thousands of worlds silently rocking, and I feel that hand in the shadow, and I rock my child.
Oyendo los mares amantes, me su
Beautiful. The worship committee today really appreciates our incoming president, Heather Kistner, serving as a worship speaker today. At the encouragement of her mother, Heather and her parents first attended TVUUC in 1986. While Friendsville is home now with her family, Heather has lived in 9 states, including Nome, Alaska, for a short time and traveled to all 50 states. She has sailed off the coast of France and worked in a wooden boat shop in Seattle. She did a little backwards with her first career behind her. She now is a substitute teacher and is digging into her roles here. With her excitement building and with an abundance of reading and UUA courses, she is now preparing for her role as congregational president next year. She and her husband, Dee, believe in the journey that this church is on. With their 2 children, Bremen and Gavin, they strive to teach them that everyone has a story, and if we all work together to be kind, our stories can be our bond. Let's give Heather a big round of applause to say thank you.
Thank you very much. The opening words that I've selected for today come from a book that I have had in my life since early teenager. It was written by a man who has now passed, but his name is William Coppersthwaite. He is one of my mentor's mentor, who lives in Maine. I am done with great things and big things, great institutions and big success. And I am for those tiny, invisible, molecular, moral forces that work from individual to individual by creeping through the crannies of the world like so many rootlets, or like the capillary oozing of water, yet which, if you give them time, will rend the hardest monuments of man's pride. Written by William James.
Please join in singing our opening hymn on page 353 of the Gray Hymnal. Page 353, Golden Breaks the Dawn.
Well, we have responsive reading first, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Please have a seat, thank you. Today's responsive reading is in the order of service. Thank you. I will read the opening words and then you do the response. Thank you. Do Not Be Afraid by Andrew Millard. When the angel Gabriel brought to Mary the news that she would give birth to a son, Luke records that she was much perplexed by his words and pondered what sort of greeting this might be. The angel said to Mary, when an angel appeared before the shepherds living in the fields, Luke records that they were terrified, but the angel said to them, when Jesus told Simon and his partners to fish again after a night of no catch, Luke records that they caught so many fish that their nets were beginning to break. Their boats began to sink, and Simon was frightened, but Jesus said to him, do not be afraid. When preaching to his disciples, Luke records that Jesus told them not to worry so much, for the birds neither sow nor reap, and yet are fed. The lilies neither toil nor spin, but are clothed in glory. Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your span of life? And so Jesus told them, do not be afraid. When the disciples were crossing the sea and a storm came up that battered their boat, Mark records that they saw Jesus on the water. They thought it was a ghost and cried out, for they all saw him and were terrified. But they heard Jesus say to them, do not be afraid. When Jesus came to Jerusalem for Passover, John records that the people greeted him with palm branches and called to him, save us. The disciples found a donkey for Jesus to ride, as Zechariah had prescribed, saying to Jerusalem, and when Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Joseph went to the tomb, Matthew records there was a great earthquake, and an angel came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. The governor's guards fainted from fear, but the angel said to the woman, do not be afraid. In times of change, when you are challenged and our way forward is not clear, it's easy to be frightened. At such times, we need someone to say to us, do not be afraid. When too much is happening too quickly, when we don't know what we will do next, when it seems that fear is taking over, we need someone to say to us, do not be afraid. But if we are there for one another, we can offer support and encouragement. We can say, when we stand together to face life's challenges, we're saying to one another, do not be afraid. For when we are willing to do what is right and not merely what is comfortable, we declare to the world we shall not be afraid.
Please rise to sing our opening hymn, 353, Golden Breaks the Dawn.
Good morning and welcome to everyone here in the sanctuary and in the fellowship hall, and to everyone watching on the live stream. As we remember those in our beloved community who are coping with health-related issues, we send healing, love, and light to them, as well as those who are either uninsured or underinsured. We're remembering today Walter Davis, who had his hip replacement surgery earlier this week, who wishes everyone had access to the kind of care that he's received. And Joe Touchton is continuing to do well after arterial bypass. As Mary put it, major arterial bypass, and from the sounds of it, it was. My sister-in-law, Ann Strange, is scheduled to have her hip replacement surgery tomorrow, and we're happy to report that Gail Anderson is home from rehab, I think in Maryville. And Claudia Presley's cousin, Donna Frank, passed away yesterday. So we send love and light to Claudia and her extended family. Thank you.
The prayer for protection. The light of God and the universe surrounds us. The love of God and the universe enfolds us. The power of God and the universe protects us. The presence of God and the universe watches over us. Wherever we are, God and the universe is.
Please stay seated. And this hymn will be a little bit of a different experience because I'm coming back from a conference for UU musicians, and so I'm trying out new things. And so this is coming from an oral tradition where we learn it without looking at music. And so we'll learn together, both the music and the process. And so we'll start with the simplest, easiest line, which has 2 notes to worry about. And the text is, I am the calm, you are the calm, we are the calm, take a breath. I am the calm, you are the calm, we are the calm, you can rest. And then there's one more coda, one more little ending, I am the calm. And that's the cycle of this first pattern. And so if I can have our first chord, we'll all sing it, and I bet you can jump in right along with us. So if you're a guy, if you have a low voice, then you might want to sing up here because other voices will get lower. If you're a treble voice, also sing us. So we'll be unison on the same note. So 1, 2, ready, go. I am the calm, you are the calm, we are the calm, take a breath, I
You are the calm. We are the calm. You can rest. I am the calm.
Okay, the next harmony part is very similar. I'm going to sing it once. So it's, I am the calm, I am the calm, you are the calm, we are the calm. Take a breath, I am the calm, you are the calm, we are the calm. You can rest, I am the calm. So that way, all the voices join together in unison on that last, I am the calm. So let's all try it together. Tina will be leading that extra harmony. The rest of us will be taking the top. So, 1, 2, ready, go. I am the calm. I am the calm. We are the calm. You are the calm. We are the calm. You can rest. I am the calm. And now the actual melody goes like, I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Take a breath. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. You can rest. I am the calm. So now we'll try all 3 parts, and you can join in on whatever feels most comfortable to you. 1, 2, ready, go. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Take a breath. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Take a rest. I am the calm. Let's do it one more time. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Take a breath. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. Come to center. I am the calm in the eye of the storm. You can rest. I am the calm. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here with us. My name is Claudia Presley, and I'm the Director of Finance and Operations. As we begin this month of August, let me give you all a little bit of information about ways to give to the church. If you have a Realm account set up, it's a great idea to go into that account, make sure that you have a direct auto draft coming out of either your checking account, your savings account, or a debit or credit card account. You can set that to come up any time of the month, whatever is most convenient for you. You can do that once a week, twice a month, once a month. Super easy. That makes it easy for you, makes it easy for us. I will tell you for myself, it's much easier to give $25 a week than it is to have $100 come out in a whole chunk at one point. So if that makes it easy for you, please do that. If you don't know how to go into your Realm account, contact the church office. You can also log in going to Realm, REALM.org, and it will ask you for your email and your password if you have already set up an account. Now, today is a Generosity Offering Sunday. As you've heard me say before, what that means is that 100% of what you give today that is not marked as a pledge goes to the general operating fund of TVUUC. That goes to pay all of those incidental expenses that may pop up. You can give with cash or check in the offering baskets that are passed in a few minutes. You can text give, whether you're watching online or here in the sanctuary, to the number 73256. Type in TVUUC and the amount you would like to give. You can also give, if you're in the building, using our giving kiosk that is located in the lobby. If you're watching online, there should be a bar or a button that says Give Now. Lots of ways to give, and you know what? If you set up the auto draft, you don't even have to worry about it. It's already done. So please, give generously.
I just have to say this before I do this reading. This is my wish. Everyone at our church who plays an instrument or sings would perform before the year is over. That would be my wish. And this would highly support David and all of the musicians in our church. Let's give Heather a big round of applause. She has done it. Thank you. Ripples of Love by Jay Wolin. I know not where you are, whether your soul is traveling the universal highway, or as I imagine, sitting at the left hand of God, being consulted about matters of consequence, or maybe reincarnated as a 1% or as a dog. But even if it has been dissipated with the end of your body, you live in me and in others. Through our memories of you, through your actions in the world, through the love you shared during your life. Love that created ripples whose impact will be felt for eternity. By those near and far, let us all live a life that creates ripples of love.
Before I begin, I would like to say, if you play an instrument and you know that you have the support of those that are listening, it doesn't matter the errors or the missed notes because we're all real. So I just want to say thank you for gracefully listening. My 12-year-old self would never have imagined that I would have been asked to speak during a Sunday service. Grade school was rough for me until I found my place here at TVUUC. I remember to this day already having a connection to my parents' friends, Wade Till, Becky Till, Tom Ennis, and Lois Loy. See, they were our neighbors on the farm, and I spent many weekends with them. My folks knew that they needed to provide my siblings and I a platform to grow on and to embrace all of the nuances of that place, but not really a place, right? It's really about the people. And so my journey began. My life slowly became integrated with those folks who are many of them are now friends in and out of the Sunday morning hour. When I was asked to speak for today's service, the topic that I was given, thank you, Elnora. What has the church done for me? What direction do I see the church going? My Atlanta, that's a large topic, let me tell you. And one that, after speaking with a dear friend here, who I hope is watching online, the topic was dissected, and then it mentally read, what have I been able to do for the church? And do I have the ability to be a tool towards guiding all that come to this church, which would then further the mission of Unitarian Universalism? It's a little daunting, but I can roll with that better. So with the visual rolling of beautiful water scenes, showing the energy of the water as it flows and looking at the ripples of that water, noticing the force, the calm, the energy that evolves around its flow, I would like to ask that you think of those water scenes as ripples of Unitarian energy. Perhaps a visual of what our covenant looks like to you. So picture me sitting with you at your kitchen table. We're just chatting. And we're going to dive into the very topic. Who do my ripples touch? Who do our ripples touch? For those of you joining us for the first time, I hope this Sunday provides you a glimpse of who we are. When we are all united as a group, as a congregation, but also lets you see that each of us truly has a passion. I call it a passion anyway. It's my passion to be able to soak up the energy that I receive from all of you. The energy that is created here by all of my fellow Unitarians to promote social justice, to create equal opportunities, to live out our covenant, to assist in creating processes to further our growth and sustainability. That plug was for you, AB. You get the idea. See, Unitarian Universalists see covenants as the promises that bind congregations and individuals together in community. I want to personally thank the Reverend Gordon Gibson for his sermon last week. I took notes. He is one to take notes from. He shared his one-word sermon. We didn't plan this, but it ties into exactly what I'm sharing today. His word, what was it? Yes, it was relationship. You did well. We remembered, Gordon. So much of Unitarianism is simply that. The relationship begins when our ripples touch one another. The ripple of positive energy, but the ripple for me is my family, who I'm proud to say both of my boys and my husband are here this morning. The four of us attend this church to surround ourselves with people who, when hand in hand, can create a huge ripple, a wave of change, an enormous positive impact. I'm very happy to see Polly Murphy here this morning. Where is she? She snuck in a while ago. She got me a little bit involved in Justice Knox last year, and I had the very humbling experience to attend with many of you. I'll tell you how many in a moment. Justice Knox turnout last year proved that our ripples are big. I was one of the 104 people just from this congregation alone that represented 10% of the population that attended that Nehemiah last year of 20 area churches. I want to take a moment and share something that I've been thinking about all week, in addition to everything that you're going to hear me say today. But this is a simple thing that occurred. It made me reflect immensely on the impact that just one person can make. I ran out of gas last week. I see you rolling your eyes, Dee. I love you. He had no sympathy. I had done it to myself. I wait till the light comes on, and well, there I was. Thankfully, I had the opportunity to pull over in a parking lot. It was super early in the morning. You guys already know what happened because I'm here, but just give me a second. I walked to the gas station. I bought a gas can for $14 that held 1 gallon of gas. I filled up the gas can. And I needed, hopefully, to find a ride back to my car. I looked around a bit, and there was Angie and Stella. They were on their way to work. They clean houses for a real estate company. And they said, come on, get in, we'll give you a ride. Their car was packed, and they moved around some things, and I climbed in the back. They smiled. They were happy to do it with no hesitation. And after I used the gas from the newly purchased can, they followed me back to the gas station, and we all hugged. You know, those encounters where you're not done yet, you know, it's like you want to go to breakfast now. You want to give them a cup of coffee or something. But that's not how it was supposed to work. I was supposed to run out of gas that morning, right? And they were supposed to be there waiting for me to ask them for a ride. That's how ripples work. I have thought about them all week. And because of that, I still have an extra giddy up in my step because of Angie and Stella. Our boys used to ask me, Mom, why do you cry so much? Because I'm a crier by nature. I get that from my mother. I said, because just imagine for a second if every single person you encountered believed in kindness like we do. Believed in the love, in the ripples, the fact that they too have the ability to positively impact their surroundings. Imagine that for just a second. If they believe their neighbor could also be their friend. The energy of our ripples bring us together and harmonizes perfectly with our fourth principle: a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Reverend Paige Getty with UU Congregation in Maryland writes, as responsible religious seekers, we recognize that we are privileged to be free, to have resources to pursue life beyond mere survival, to continually search for truth and meaning, to exist beyond bonds of dogma and oppression, and to wrestle freely with truth and meaning as they evolve. All of us can elevate our awareness of each other's ripples and align ourselves to join in this journey together towards what is our fourth principle. When you find yourself in your day perhaps participating in one of our 54 active programs, I know, or stopping by for a vegetarian meal, or even playing board game with fellow UUers, you too are creating ripples. It's a way of life that we all have chosen to embark upon, whether in community with others or as an individual. We know that active, tangible expressions of love justice, and peace are what makes a difference. And that's what propels us into further growth. Further commitment towards the progression of positive change, and it expands our relationships wider and broader. It was my pleasure to attend the board retreat here a couple of weeks ago. Part of what I wanted to share this morning revolves around the trajectory of the congregation within this church. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? More specifically, where do I see TVUUC going? With Eddie Chin as our new board president, we welcomed one another into the new church year and really took the large portion of our meeting, putting efforts into discussing the importance of a unified mission. We identified how to strengthen our relationship with one another. We successfully took on the role of actively listening to each other. I'm serious. So that we discovered what each of us brings to the table. This was priceless for me because I could see the wheels turning in the room. I really, truly could. With our field guides in hand and processes being discussed, which are imperative, it was clear that we were and are creating a path of to-dos, the to-do lists on the fridge, right? The church has a to-do list. And we need for that list to continue to come to fruition, of which we are all a part of. There is an immense amount of resources that we have here. It's our job to utilize and to bring awareness to them. Amen. We are all sitting amongst a treasure trove of individuals that, like myself, want to be a part of the creative process to get things done in a timely fashion. The greater community of Knoxville needs Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church to be a beacon of hope and to help lead during this social justice unrest. Catherine Farmer-Loya, our Director of Religious Education, was present during our board meeting as well. We all recognized their teamwork with RE and their creativity, which has been put forth in forming an incredible curriculum and a large variety of child-led activities, and also a large group of energetic, proactive volunteers that are available to each child and their household during the entire time that they are a young person in our church. Think about that for a second. The entire time that child and that child's household is cared for and journeyed and recognized and taught and guided. Our religious education program has 62 young people that are registered and involved. And there are 41 of you that volunteer with RE. Yes, it's awesome, awesome, awesome. 42 of you volunteer. So we are setting a place at the table for everyone to be present in our actions, for our relationships to know no boundaries, for our ripples to reach towards all those that are here and there. Which brings me to the most touching moment I have witnessed in a meeting ever. A board member was sharing a recent experience, being able to work with a group of young children around kindergarten age. And during their activity, they were talking about the musical benediction. Let people living in all lands declare that fear and hate are done. Rise above differences and stand in love and understanding one. And the board member needed to simplify the terms so that all could grasp the meaning. And so it went something like this. We hope that everybody, everywhere, can be friends. That's what was said to the group of children. It begins with those ripples of strength and of love that stay with us, that stay with our children long after we have left this building. The board member that was sharing, they gifted us their emotions, and as they were telling the story, tears fell. I'm positive those children that were present that day during that activity will carry that love and positivity and desire to be a friend and the courage to seek out a friend. So what do ripples, kitchen tables, along with Stella and Angie, have to do with why I'm here today? I began with a question, and I want to provide the answer. Do I have the ability to be a tool towards pointing all that come to this church towards furthering the mission of Unitarian Universalism? Yes, I do. Unequivocally, that one. But more importantly, so do you. Here's what we have. We have a solidly formed board that is gaining momentum to become a very well-oiled machine. We have a system in place. We are using the same field book. If you want to see what I'm referring to, you may ask me after service. I have it in my book bag. That we are all able to visualize the importance of our work, and that we all are ready to learn more, to listen more, to continue to elevate our senses towards the betterment of our community. As we grow and further promote social justice in our neighborhoods, our community, and our home at large, there's much more to do. But we are all tools, all of us. We are all teachers. We are all students. We all have a story. I'm here, just as you are here. And I see you. We are all ripples that flow together. We are the force, the calm, the energy that evolves from our strength as we travel. We all touch one another. Our ripples touch to create something big. And I hope that your vision during the last several minutes created a true sense of belonging. I hope that indeed you felt like you made the right decision to be here this morning. And when you leave, you have a little extra giddy up in your step, because you are a part of something big. You are a part of a community beyond boundaries, working for more justice and more love in our own lives and in the world. May it be so. Amen.
Please rise and join in singing number 187, It Sounds Along the Ages. Let's sing verses 1 and 3.
The closing words today are simply to recognize the strength of your own touch, to see what you have, to listen to what you need, and to know that you are surrounded in a community of love here at Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church. With the last act of worship, please turn and greet your neighbor.
Nice job.